Welcome to this video by Kaiser Virtual Solutions. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick walkthrough of the onboarding process at Clarck Cadet Consulting. So we've set up the onboarding process for Clarck Cadet Consulting, and here's a really quick walkthrough of what that looks like. I'm currently on Clarck's website, and you'll see here that there is a contact tab in the top right corner. And when I click on that tab, it takes me to this page with a quick overview of what the intake process is. Fill out the contact form on this page, pay a $50 deposit, receive the scheduling link and schedule your call, receive and fill out the client intake questionnaire. So let's pretend that I am a client or a prospect who's interested in working with Clarck Cadet Consulting and fill out this form together. So I have filled out the contact form, and immediately I got this email from Clarck Cadet Consulting that says, consultation call. Hi Victoria, thank you for inquiring on my services. The first step will be for us to do a consultation call. In order to do so, a $50 consultation fee is required, which would be deducted from the package you select. And then it goes on to explain that I can make this payment by e-transfer, and if I scroll down, I can see here that an invoice has automatically been prepared for me. And that's what this looks like. I have fake paid my invoice, and I automatically got this next email, which says, schedule your call. Hi Victoria, your deposit has been received. Congratulations on taking the first step to financial freedom. Here's the link to my scheduler to book our consultation call. So let's click on that link together. And let's pick the next available time. Upon booking the call, I got 2 more emails. The first says, you've scheduled a session with Clarck Cadet Consulting on Wednesday, October 30th at 7 p.m. And it gives me all of the call details inside. And because I've already added this call to my calendar, as you just saw, I can now click on view on Google Calendar here as well. If I had not added the call to my calendar yet, it would say add to Google Calendar here, and I would have the option to do that now. The second email I automatically received when I scheduled my call is this email with my intake questionnaire. So, hello Victoria, now that our consultation call has been scheduled, I would like to invite you to fill out my intake questionnaire form. And I'll scroll all the way down and I'll see here the option to go to questionnaire. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. And this is where it takes me, Clarck Cadet's beautiful intake questionnaire, so that I can provide him with all of the information that he needs to understand me, my financial situation, and prepare himself already a little on what I need assistance with before we even hop on the call to have our initial conversation. So far, I have shown you what this looks like from the prospect's perspective. Now, I want to show you what this looks like from Clarck's perspective within his CRM, which is HoneyBook. Inside of HoneyBook, what happens is when the prospect fills out the contact form, or alternatively, when they schedule a call using one of Clarck's schedulers, which are also HoneyBook schedulers, HoneyBook automatically creates a project for this prospect, and it looks like this. Victoria DeKaiser's project, service they're interested in is private coaching, so it auto-populates that information. And the TBD here is just the date of when the project starts, which is still to be determined. And automatically it adds Clarck to that project and it adds the client to that project. And inside of this project, there is an activity tab where you can see all the communications that have happened with this prospect so far. Nice and easy, all in one place. There is also a files tab where you can see every single file that has been shared with this prospect so far, such as the invoice for the consultation call and the intake questionnaire that they filled out. You can track any payments that have been made, and you can write any notes that you want to keep and share either with just your team internally or with your clients externally. And this details tab here is where you can keep track of the project name, what type of project it is, when the project starts, where it's located, if there is a physical address, and add any other information you want to add about this project. And so, whereas you previously would have to manually input the client's contact information into a spreadsheet and then remember to go to that spreadsheet and track the next steps, in here, you could see how everything is centralized in one place and how convenient it is to have all of this added for you just from having the client interact with your HoneyBook flow and your HoneyBook files. And what's more, you can keep track of where your lead sources are coming from and populate and pull up that data at a later point. You can keep track of what stage each of your projects is in, how many projects are in the proposal stage, how many are already in progress, how many have been completed. And you can do so many other things in here. And so much of this process is now automated and doesn't depend on you remembering to keep track of stuff. What's more is there are templates in here that make Clarck's life so much easier even after he's had this consultation call. So let's say Clarck and I hop on this consultation call, we really hit it off. I decide I want to hire him as my financial coach. He then needs to prepare a proposal for me, right? Normally that is something that can take, and any of you know this, a good amount of time, right? If you're rewriting proposals for every single prospect who is interested in moving forward to the next stage, you could be spending at minimum 3 hours per person that you're preparing a proposal for. That's not Clarck's situation. Inside of HoneyBook, he actually has a folder with templates. These are templates for everything from invoices that he needs to send to speaking engagements that he typically does to proposals for every single one of his offers. So let's say that I decide I need his business credit strategy package. He can go in here after our call, go into my project, insert this template into my project, and just make some quick little tweaks and get this proposal to me in 30 minutes. Here's how. All Clarck needs to do is go to the Projects tab, locate my project. I won't show you the full list of projects because that obviously includes confidential information, but he'll open the Projects tab, he'll see the list of all his projects, he'll select my name or the name of my project, and he'll go into the Files tab. And he'll click on Create File. And he'll click on Proposal. And he will select the template that he wants to use, which is the Business Credit Strategy template. Now check this out. Because we've put smart fields in here, it auto-populates my name, my full name for him, my first name here, and everything else is pretty much good to go on that first page, right? Because it's the same package that he's prepared proposals for other people for. And then on the contract page, it auto-populates my full name into the right field. It puts today's date automatically. And all that Clarck needs to do is just input the project date as of when this coaching program will start, double check the numbers, Maybe there's an add-on that I've received or whatever, but everything else is the standard package here that everyone gets. And then on the invoice page, he can decide what payment plan I'm on, right? He can make any, if there are payment plans available, that's up to his discretion. He can decide any little tweaks that need to be made, but for the most part, it will just input an example that he can then run with. And so when he's done the final checking and he's ready to share this proposal with me, he can click on the share button. And we even have email templates ready in here. I'm getting fired up because of how awesome this is. But we have email templates in here, all jokes aside, that he can select. And so the one that he will want to use for sending this proposal is, let's see, the Let's Get Started email. And so he doesn't even have to sit here and type out an email to share this proposal with me. It's already there, it's ready to go, and all he needs to do is double check everything and hit send. And I will then receive my proposal with my name, my information in my email inbox. And what could have taken him upwards of 3 hours has now taken him 25 to 30 minutes. That is the power of having a CRM like HoneyBook in your coaching business. So here at KVS, we absolutely love HoneyBook. We use it internally. We've implemented it for over 5 clients already. And the reason why we absolutely vouch for this system is because of the number of things that it can do and how beautiful the designs look and how much you can customize them. And so where you would previously have used something like Wave to send invoices and DocuSign to send contracts and Google Calendar or Calendly or Acuity to schedule calls, you now have the possibility of doing all of that from within one platform, which is HoneyBook. And so we really recommend this for coaches, whatever stage of coaching they're in, because coaches deal with such a high volume of leads, and not following up with leads properly and impressing them with your onboarding will definitely cost you clients. And that's not a mistake that we want any of our coaches to make. So if you're interested in learning more about how we use tools like HoneyBook to up-level coaching businesses and streamline coaching operations, you're definitely in the right place. Hit the subscribe button, and we look forward to sharing more of this kind of behind-the-scenes content with you.